right, good evening and welcome to Futbol En Vivo on Club Deportes Season 2, Episode 32. We are every week on clubdeportes.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Futbol Austin. That's FUTBOL Austin. Follow Club Deportes at Club Deportes for all the latest and greatest sports news and commentary. You got to go to clubdeportes.com. I am your host, Eric McCoy, and I am joined by a man who loves nothing more than watching Josh Wolff coach into the wee hours of the morning. It's David Alvarez.
Hey, I don't complain. I make a mistake. I made a mistake. I acknowledge it. I'm sorry.
What mistake did you make, David?
Because I promised last show that I will wear my HEB hat.
Yeah, where's
today.
your special hat, man? Come on.
I went to Haymaker last night trying to make it to the game, and then they just drop off my back.
Wait, why did you go to Haymaker to try and get to Q2 Stadium? That seems like a bit of a detour there.
But no. I live in Cherrywood, so MLK. Before to go, I went to the MLK station. Before I went there, I went to Haymaker. There was no Austin fans there, by the way. I thought everybody was at MLK station. And I get there and I buy the ticket for the train. And when I get into the station, there says 2 hours. The next train is going to be in the next 2 hours.
Wow!
I was like, wow! But there's nothing to do with the storm.
Really?
It just happened to be 2 hour next train because I was too late. It was I just barely missed the last train. I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, the thing is, make it short, I never made it to the game.
Wow, okay.
I never made it to the game, so I don't know. I mean, you made it to the game. I mean, the experiences are pretty awesome.
I made it to the game. I didn't actually stay for the game itself. I bailed. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Another introduction.
Okay.
So happy to have this man back. He is a man who wonders if Austin FC are ever going to win a match again. Well, it's Jorge Chavez. Welcome back to the show, Jorge.
I am officially Wolff out.
Whoa, Jorge!
I would like to make an announcement that I am officially
dropping a bomb to start this week's show. Okay. Well,
what about you?
I am. We'll get into it. I have a complex relationship right now with Coach Wolff. It is a very, very complex relationship at this point.
Sounds like a relationship at the end of it.
It very well could be classified as that, David.
Terminal relationships are usually like that.
Yes, terminal. Terminal is a good way to describe what's going on right now. Real quick, so I was in the press box when the game was supposed to have started. I actually had no idea it was supposed to rain at all. It was very surprising to me that this ended up.
I didn't know either.
Biblical is how I would describe the downpour that happened at Q2. Yeah. And I started seeing these images of cars with busted windshields. And people probably don't know, but a few months ago, returning home from this very show, was involved in a car accident. Finally, 3 months later, my car is fixed. I was terrified of the images I was seeing. Like, I got to go back to my baby. And so I left the stadium thinking the game surely will be postponed, come home, and right as the game was kicking off. So I got to watch it from my couch.
I thought for sure by the time, because I didn't see the storm dissipating until 12. And unfortunately, we are well versed in weather delays at Austin S2 Stadium.
Yes.
So we looked it up, and from what I understood, if the game doesn't start by 12 o'clock, it's not going to get played. And so 11:30 was, and they have to have completed the game by 1, and we'll probably. It wasn't exactly 1.
No, it was
1:30.
1:30.
Yeah. So those two factors apparently don't matter anymore because they still played the game.
Quick side before we get into the real meat of this episode, which you're excited for, I know. Should they have kicked this game off so late last night? I mean, that to me that's kind of ridiculous, man. 11:30 on a Sunday night, like what in the world?
one of the commentators said that it's good for the West Coast because they're 2 hours ahead.
9:30.
So 9:30 is
kickoff,
fine.
yeah.
It's a okay.
Probably weren't too many neutrals on
But
the East Coast watching that.
nobody in the East
it
Coast
was
is
good
gonna
for me.
stay
It was excellent for me.
You have a night lifestyle.
No, because it was excellent for me because 2 hours. They say the train say 2 hours later.
got
The
there
game
just in time.
started 2 hours after that, so I could have taken the train.
So Cap Metro
And
knows something.
They were up to something.
Now, they
knew something.
I saw the red.
You would have had a tough time at that bus stop for those 2 hours, though, because it was.
It was hailing. It was bad.
That would not have been a fun.
I went dancing.
I unfortunately did get.
I was dancing
Did get
all the
damage
time.
to my car, unfortunately.
Yeah, and sincerely hope all of our viewers are
everybody
okay.
does.
It's scary stuff.
Yeah,
I went to watch it. I went to Mueller. I went to the place in Mueller. B.D. Riley's. B.D. Riley's. So it was crazy. I mean, everything was flying, like the balls, like the hail was
softball
huge.
size. I heard
Everywhere.
baseball size. Yeah.
It was hitting like, I mean, it was crazy. It's like a typical Austin stuff. Like nothing is soft. In here.
No, when we
Nothing
get
is
weather,
soft.
we get some weather. There's no doubt about that.
And kudos to the fans that stayed.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Oh my God, those
they
are
were
real
out there
verdes, man. Those are verdes
those are-
and black
those are real
to the
fans,
core.
Even when the lights went out, they cheered
yeah.
even louder.
I was there whenever that happened.
I
That was kind of fun.
I was planning to go. I was like, after halftime, I'm gonna go. I want to go, but the stuff never happened and never happened. And I keep going. And it's like checking at the radar. Oh my God, maybe I can make it to the game.
sure
I got a ticket already. I gotta make it to the game. And there's like nothing happened. I was like, oh my God, it's getting late. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that was my reasoning as well. It's like, this is way too late. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I mean, since we have to do the show, I still stayed up till 1:30 watching it. And of course, stayed up
I watched the game. I watched the game.
ADS 9
an
minutes.
additional hour to write.
But as soon as the disappointment set in, then I went to bed.
Yes, it did. Okay, let's get down and actually discuss this game and obviously the ramifications and fallout from this game, which I think there will be a lot. Jorge, it's been a while since I've gotten to pick your brain. What are your thoughts on this match and just thoughts on the state of Austin FC in general at this point?
The talent isn't there. Mm-hmm. We have the best lineup we could have out there, and it was not enough.
I think so.
See that after an injured Ricky Puig was out.
He was hobbling around
He was
for most
hobbling
of his
around.
match.
He wanted to
Awful penalty, by the way.
He
was awful.
by Cascante.
He was awful.
By the way.
He
And
was an awful but he went in.
So the Galaxy are just. They have the talent.
Not a good team.
The talent.
The first half, at least, it was not a good team.
The talent that the Galaxy has.
The second half
is not reflected by the record.
I would agree
They're
with that.
a much better team.
I would agree with that.
Not in the first half.
They did not play well.
in the first half they didn't look very good at all.
Because Ricky Puig was injured by Gallagher, and which
He was. He was hurt.
and so he's their quarterback. He's their captain.
Yeah.
And so the way he runs, the way he goes, the team goes.
Yeah.
And so the team looked lost for that first half, but
no argument.
In the second half, they put it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they looked like a much.
And who did they have? He always scored. I don't know why he was not even starting the game forever.
Jovic.
Yeah,
he has Barrios too. A couple of Austin FC killers.
He has so much success against Austin.
One of the best strikers in the world.
He actually
on the bench
when he's not playing Austin FC, he actually doesn't score that often, but he scores just not every time he plays Austin FC.
Come on, he took Chicharito was playing there with no need when he should have been playing there. All the time. Like, he's way better than Chicharito is. I mean, I'm sorry. But
save the passion for the Austin FC talk, David. Yeah. We're not on Galaxy talk.
We're on Galaxy talk.
We're keep things focused on the home team right now. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I agree with you, Jorge. This is
You're going to be subjective sometimes.
I'm always objective. I'm an objective journalist. That's what I try and do. But I agree. The roster is not very good.
It's not very good.
And yeah, David, what were your thoughts on the game? Sounds like you're a man with some opinions tonight.
Well, my thoughts on the games are pretty clear. You know, when I listened to the show from last week, I say everything I had to say. And
You did. You said a lot last week.
Okay, let me repeat myself. Okay?
I figured you would be. Just
What did I say? And you asked me, hey, David, if you think that we're not going to win, please bring your HEB high.
And what did you? You didn't bring it. You brought this. That's not an HEB.
You brought the haymaker.
You brought a red cut, but not the HEB.
No, but let me put my cup. Let me put my mapuche on.
All right.
My own thing. Let me put my. Now in my own language, I call myself a Huaychafe. Huaychafe is like a warrior. A warrior. That's a Huaychafe. But usually it's the blue. The blue makes you a Huaychafe.
Okay.
Like a blue on the white. But I'm just making it up. But I tell you that.
It sounds so true. But
Three guys that were up pretty late last night.
No. I know, but I got to tell you that the game was, great. I'm just amazed. I really, really wanted to go. I really wanted to make it to the game. And things did not work that way because the storm came in. But I saw a better game. And the first goal, I think we should watch the highlights before I say
Let's roll
go
on.
ahead.
Before I
Go
say it.
ahead.
Because, things look better what really happened.
The
and then
first
we can
89 minutes of this game were pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
they were defending well. They attacked well. Rigoni.
And the formation was a 4-3-3 formation, which it was. That's my favorite formation. I told you from the beginning.
I am aware of that, David. I would have called it more of a 4-2-3-1. I think you had Valencia.
The commentators on MLS on Apple were saying that they really didn't have a forward playing because they didn't have Rudy.
But you gotta say how good Pereira play and Gallagher play. And then that was a lucky shot, but it's a great pass. It was a pass by Rigoni.
Rigoni was right place, right time. Yeah.
And it didn't meant to. It was an error. It's a Rigoni error pass that it was a lucky shot, but he got out of the way because Ring was going to shoot it, and he put it right on the corner. So that you see, and then he put it right on the corner. It was an error by Rigoni, but it still was there.
It was a perfect layoff. Really? It was.
With the perfect thing, no, he messed up the first and he got it out of the way, out of the ball.
And
that's
what I say.
Here's another Julio Cascante.
But that was a
highlight.
I don't know why the worst thing about this is repeat this thing so many times. You can see it from one of the cameras so clearly, from this camera specifically. It's a step on the hand. It was like the most stupid thing I ever seen in my life. But before he make another error, before that Cascante, when they have an attack, he was just walking. He was just walking in the previous attack. He was just walking. It's like he was already bad. It was awful. That would be nice to
preaching to the choir here, W.
Yeah,
You're not going to get any disagreement.
This was an awful penalty. I got to tell you, this was awful because you
Brad Stuver should have stopped.
He got lucky. The ball got to the legs. Got to the legs, and Stuver got there, but it was an awful penalty. He just got lucky.
And here's Gallagher's talent.
I love this Gallagher. Always can do that. Gallagher do that, and then Philly finish it. I love it, but a huge error by the defensive LA player that instead of going to the left, he went to the right. Idiot. That's an idiot defensive by LA.
And allowed Finley to go in.
The defender, he goes to the opposite side instead of going to the right side, and Finley just was right there.
Mm-hmm. He sneaked in.
I got to tell you how bad the defensive act was there, but I don't know. I'm not an LA fan. But look at that. That was our best body over there. Fagundes made a great cross, and it was a horrible shot. Easy. I think it was easy for Stewart. It was easy.
That was Barrios.
And Stewart got it right there. Stewart didn't even have to open all the legs.
You think that was an easy
But
save?
this was Pereira, best pass. Pereira and then Never Masita.
Really
Never Masita. Gol de Rigoni. Qué golazo. El primer gol de ese hijo de la gran... No, that's first time that he scored a beautiful goal. I love Rigoni now. He needed to do that stuff. I love it. And Pereira did half of that was Pereira, but he put it in with love.
I will say
finally he made it to the team. I say Rigoni made it to the team today.
I will say this: Rigoni has impressed lately. Mm-hmm. He has played very well lately.
That was a great. No Masita. Oh my God, they couldn't believe it.
You were waiting for the Masita, weren't you?
No,
you thought it was coming.
This has been good. Yeah, I
have to know this is a point
but
where
it's the same thing that Gallagher did in the first half. Gallagher did the same thing. One move, cross it, and then a goal, right? Mm-hmm. It was Finley there, and now it's the other guy, Josovic. What's his name? I cannot pronounce it.
Jovovic.
Yeah. So it's the same play as Gallagher.
Very similar, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the striker there on that one. Billy Sharp played that one in. He's very, very good. 37 years old. All-time leading goal scorer in the championship.
And then they talk about how Hispanic Heritage Month is there, right? They were talking about Hispanic Heritage Month that Jorge Iturralde was saying they didn't say anything about it, but they were talking there. Before that goal, that was at the 94th minute.
94th minute. Yep.
Are you kidding me? And at the 89th minute, I went home.
And I think that was an error by Vicenen. He should have attacked more.
Yeah, you should not let anybody.
He was running parallel.
You should have to go to the ball. And then we were lucky because they could have been the goal at the last second of the last minute. Mm-hmm. We could have lost 4-3.
Yeah, he could have lost 4-3
because that was an easy shot.
And another comeback by the Galaxy.
And that would have been like
felt a little bit
like you feel like you were like a vampire. Somebody put the last taka in your heart and kick you out, right? That's what somebody like Sheffield United people should feel about it. I don't know. People from Austin FC should feel about that. I don't know.
I mean,
I think that was the.
I don't know if that was a nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
and I don't know if our producer has the images of when the second half ended and all the players were walking off, and Josh Wolff. I see the finger. Okay. He's got it.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Want to talk about
this? Club Deportes would have this kind of footage.
Who would have thought? And when I saw it, I said, "Oh, this team's done. Mm-hmm. This team is done." They were ahead.
So you're talking about at the end of the first half?
At the end of the first half, when they were ahead 2-1, and the team.
Vibes should have been good.
Vibes should have been good. It was a good goal by
right at the
halftime last kick.
Exactly when you want to score.
You'd figure you want some momentum. This is great. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to go inside the locker room and plan things out. But look at what happens. Look at Josh Wolff and Ring first.
And that's the talk.
No acknowledgement of
he's
him.
Talking to. Oh my God! He's talking to the former captain from last year.
He's
not even looking at him.
Not even pay attention.
It reminds me of like Tuchel talking to some Chelsea former coach. It's like, hey, you did not give me your hand, my friend.
I mean, this looks like an argument to me. They were arguing about something, and you don't do that when you are ahead. And he did the same thing with, of all people, Finley. Ethan Finley.
Yeah, it seems
probably one of the most likable guys in all the locker room.
Yeah.
And he ignored Josh Wolff. I mean.
Yeah. Will Bruin. Oh, Will Bruin didn't even play.
He didn't even play.
Yeah, he didn't even play.
And so he's like the bench.
Hey, I got a chance, man. I could have made it. I got the corner right there.
He's like the bench talker for Wolff. Nobody's talking to him except Bruin. And so this to me, what they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Mm-hmm. This is worth 1,000 words. He has lost the locker room. When you can't even have your guys be happy about the result, there's a lot of positive things that happened in the first half, least of which was 2 goals. Oh, yeah. One in the last shot. They played very well. They played defensively well.
What did he say? What did he say?
Yes.
I mean, oh my God, that's
body language.
You're right about that.
You can just look at the
those
body
talks
language.
more than language, like many things. That was a big fight over there.
They did.
Oh, they didn't even give you the hand. Oh my God!
They aren't even acknowledging him at all.
Oh! What are you doing? You should go hiding yourself, man.
Who is he applauding to right there? I don't know like anybody's looking at him. Was he?
I think he's applauding to the fans.
It sounds like
which is fine.
Like it sounds like Klopp doing that with Liverpool this weekend, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel bad.
You feel bad for Josh Wolff?
I feel bad for him.
Once you have lost,
I would not be having that job.
I've never been.
I would have quit as a coach. I would have quit a long time ago.
Exactly.
You have a 36% winning percentage in 3 years in a row, that's a record.
I've never been part of a locker room. I've never been part of a locker room, which is something I give you. But
it's the numbers. The numbers don't add up. I don't care about the locker room. The numbers never add up. The first year, the second year, the third year. I'm sorry you've been a Wolff out because this thing happened the first year. I've been waiting for so long. I don't have any pity for people like you.
So you are Wolff out.
I've been always a Wolff out.
So
from the beginning. And I've been waiting. I'm like, how long did it take you to realize
even though you have constantly said that, no, I'm not Wolff out. I just think this and that and the other. Dude, we can look at the tapes again. You have constantly said that you are sometimes Wolff in, sometimes Wolff out.
No. I never said that.
You have not.
I've never said that. And I think you gotta clarify things out pretty quick because this is getting out of hand. I've never said stuff like that.
I'll come in and try to referee this. Okay, if memory serves, season 1, you were one of the very first to jump on the Wolff out bandwagon. I mean, it was like, I want to say like 7, 8 matches into the season, you were already Wolff out. Now, last season, when the team was, making the Western Conference Final, you did change your tune a little bit. All of a sudden, you became...
I give you how many games? I tell them, I'm giving him so many games. So, okay, and I say, those games, he didn't do it. He didn't do it last year. I say 20, I say the numbers. It's on record. I said it. He didn't make it. And you even say last week that the numbers didn't add up. Like they were correlated. Every single year, the numbers have been very consistent.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah, if you look at the XG,
that's what I'm talking about.
Season is pretty comparable to what it was last season.
I think of all the seasons,
that's the bottom line. I want to talk about just the numbers. I don't want to say about the feelings that we have about this.
You're a man of cold hard facts.
Always what about the. I hate that. I hate that the baseball stuff, it starts and all this stuff. But in this case, it's so good because you show how bad our coach has been for 3 years in a row.
You like the stats when they help back up your argument?
Yes.
Okay. Just have the record show that.
To kind of go to his point, Austin FC.
But I didn't want to be rude. I did not want to be rude.
Let me finish. In the last 3 years of Austin FC's existence, Austin FC has probably only had about a third of the season that's been good. Everything else has been inconsistent. Mm-hmm. And I agree that a lot of us have given Coach Wolff a chance. The process and this and that and the other. They brought Borrell in. I mean, you're wearing the Man City.
Yeah, you got to be excited about that, though.
That's exactly what I worried for. I was waiting for that.
And so
I was waiting for the argument. We need to see Borrell. Hey, I'm talking to you, Mr. Borrell.
I'm sure he's a loyal viewer.
How we can see it.
I'm sure he's watching this show. But I think it was a bit of a PR sentence when he said he's here because of Josh Wolff. I think he's going to get rid of him as soon as the tournament finishes.
Okay, I have.
I do not see a loyalty from Borrell to Josh Wolff.
Okay, I think you're getting at something pretty interesting here, Jorge. And I know how you feel about pretty much everything, David. So I'm going to have to just politely ask you to refrain from talking for just a quick second. Then we'll get you wound up again shortly. But I want to hear what Jorge's thoughts on this. Because I think you're getting at something interesting.
Yeah.
The fan base right now, man. it is
They have
bad right now.
turned- they
It
have
is
turned
something.
on
I
him.
no longer think
They
this is
have
just like
turned on him.
a minority of fans. I
No.
think it is
It's the majority.
The majority. You look at anything that Austin FC
Not
social
last
media.
week.
Okay, well, a week, a lot can change
Lot
in a week.
can
though.
change
I mean,
in a week.
You look at any social media post that Austin FC do. Click on it, look at the comments, everything. They try to promote a hat, and it's just like Wolff out, Wolff out. Why don't you win a game, you losers? All this kind of stuff.
I mean, I do want to give a shout out to the heartbeat of the fan base. We are Austin TV.
Oh yeah.
Because they have been from the beginning, especially Bali. Wolff out all the way.
Now Hernan is a little more.
He's a little more.
Yeah, Hernan I see eye to eye. on
Yeah,
all this.
we don't see eye to eye all the time, but We Are Austin TV has the pulse of the fan base, and if you catch some of their some of their Twitter lives and all sorts of stuff and the interviews that they do, you can consistently see, like David as shown here, they are
This is
constantly
my
Wolff
pulse
out
right here. This is my
because
pulse.
they are fans of football. They know football.
Yeah,
They are fans of football, and so and they are fans of not just Austin FC. They're fans of Manchester United, of Barcelona, of Chelsea.
It's like
My
of Real
condolences.
Madrid.
My condolences.
So they have a point of comparison to coaches that have been there for a long time
Consequences.
and coaches that have not worked in the short term. You can bring in Liverpool and stuff. You can talk about Pep Guardiola and all these guys, and they just don't see it. They just do not see how he can be here.
Okay, now here's the question. Is it actually, now, regardless of, it sounds like you're Wolff out now. We know he's Wolff out. I'm inching closer to that day by day. But is it actually untenable to keep Wolff as the manager going into next season, considering how, frankly, just irate this fan base is right now?
I don't think so.
I'm leaning that way. I'm leaning that way.
Two things.
I really am.
The fan base he has lost the fan base.
I'm 100%.
He has lost the fan base. He has lost the locker room. What else does he have that he can provide for Austin FC?
His friendship with the ownership.
And that's
basically it.
and that's where
Because that's hard for a friend to fire a friend.
I mean, I remember a couple of weeks back when the Colorado Rapids, God bless them, because they
know each other
God,
from
we
Columbus.
might get 3 points this weekend, guys.
They
We
know
might get 3 points.
They know each other from Columbus, Ohio.
And the thing is that I want to compare it a little bit to I want to compare it a little bit to the Colorado Rapids fan base. They know that they can't hurt the ownership because they already bought season tickets. But what they can do is just not show up. I venture to think that if the fan base for Austin FC is that irate, I do see the fan base doing something similar.
When do you think that happens?
I think it happens there's only 3 or 4.
There's 2 home games
two
left.
home games
You got
left.
DC and LAFC.
I would venture to see the LAFC game, which is the last one.
Final home game.
I think something's going to happen.
Because it is quite possible. I mean, you got Colorado this weekend, so in DC after that, it's possible you get wins in these games and maybe still are technically not eliminated.
You're saying Austin FC is going to get a win against LAFC?
No, I'm saying against Colorado. And that's the next game.
No, you said 2 games. The next 2 games.
Was DC's the game after that.
Okay.
So, which is, they're not very good.
They're not very good either.
Better than
He's lost
Colorado.
the coach,
Colorado's
Hey, Colorado is the worst team. I say we will win that game. Remember?
You did say
I
that.
did say
you,
that.
Even you said that. I do not, for the record, do not think Austin FC are beating LAFC. I want that to be made clear. But my point being, they might still be mathematically alive.
We needed to win 10 games, and I say we will win that game. That's what I say.
Going out on a limb there, David.
I
actually don't think that's a guarantee that they'll win that game.
Though. No, and so
just get that out there.
If that were to happen, if you don't have fans in the stands, you have a little bit of a protest outside the stadium or whatever. You don't buy the beers, you don't buy the jellyfish, you don't buy anything. That's gonna hurt the bottom line for Anthony Precourt. And Anthony Precourt is a businessman.
Oh,
He is more than happy to call out the 46th straight sellout of Austin FC. But if the fans don't show up, I think that's going to give him.
that's what I said. We need to bring the hat. We need to bring those. I'm gonna bring those. If I don't bring those one next class, I mean, everybody has to do it.
I mean,
Bring the HEB. Easy.
Now, I was the one that started that way back. It was
Yeah,
like the fifth
you did
match of the
start that.
season.
I saw it. I saw it when you did it.
You
I
were
thought,
inspired. He's like, what
we
an
need
idea.
to bring
What
that
an
back.
idea.
We need to bring that.
Yeah, football in Vivo. It could be our new
What was the
trademark.
last year? How was like? It was perfect.
We could do an
Let's put the
updated
replay.
intro
We
where
can
all
do
three of us
update.
have bags on our heads.
Update.
That'd actually
Let's
be
do-
pretty funny. That'd
Okay,
be pretty funny.
let's do that.
I like your
Okay.
thinking, David.
let's do that.
Okay, I agree with everything you're saying, and it'll be interesting to see. Like again, if Austin FC are mathematically eliminated going into like that LAFC game, the last home match, what is the vibe? Is that an occasion where people either don't show up with bags on their heads, show up with big, signs? What it could be interesting to see.
I'm not in the Los Verdes Slack or anything, or Discord or anything.
I would just go with the Man City.
I would say
Man
that
City.
an Austin anthem as well. I don't know the vibe at the moment, but there's frustration there, and so if they were to organize something that for the fans to vent their frustration against the ownership, I mean, I don't think there's any anger towards Precourt. They just want to see results. The anger, and I don't see anger towards Borrell either.
He hasn't done much yet.
And so he's been here half a season.
I guess
You can't
technically traded for
you
Fagundes.
can't really
No
blame him.
no
Other than trading poor Fagundes. So he can share a little blame of that. But I mean, all the anger is going to Josh Wolff.
Is that fair?
and I
Is
don't-
that fair?
It
that
gotta
all
go.
of
It
it
gotta
is
go
done?
there. It's responsible.
We know your thoughts, David. I
He
want
was-
to get Jorge's thoughts on it.
I mean, he was the one that said, I need this kinds of players. I need this kinds of players for this. I need these kinds of players. I do these substitutions. I start these guys. The buck stops with him. The buck stops with him. And so, did he? Were there injuries? Yeah, sure. Were there some bad luck involved? Sure. But overall, the buck stops with the leader of the team. And who's the leader of the team? The coach. And so, I'm sorry. I totally agree with you that it took me a long time to get to this point.
But Josh, please, win a game so this guy can stop gloating for just 1 week.
And honestly,
week.
I don't think even that's enough. Austin FC could win out their next 4 games and be in the playoffs.
I'm going to run with it if they do.
And
To keep him quiet for a week, I'm going to run with it.
I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take a long time.
If they win out, I'll do a show with a wolf mask on. I'll just have a wolf mask.
I don't know if it's going to
be.
be between now and next game. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take maybe all the games, likely most of the games. It doesn't matter. This will take forever. It's taking forever.
You just look at the product on the field. I mean, the players that are there are not paying attention to what Josh Wolff's message is. They are ignoring him. They're trying to do their own thing, and they're just, I don't want to say lack of respect. I'm sure they respect the man, but just his tactics, the stuff that he's trying to instill in them, it's just not getting through.
Okay, those images that we just saw were very damning. I think it's fair to say. We know though, coming up, 2024, 2025, I think a significant rebuild. I'm just playing devil's advocate here right now. So I think you're going to see a lot of turnover. So this group of players,
at least half the team.
Yeah. So this group of players,
if not all of them,
not being in line with Wolff's message. How significant is that when this group of players is not likely to be around for much longer, if any longer at all beyond this season?
I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be as important as we think it is, because I think Josh Wolff is leaving. I think Josh Wolff is out. Once he's out, this becomes Borrell's team. And so Borrell has to be the one. He didn't pick any of these guys, other than maybe Memo, because that's what was left.
Here you go, here's Memo.
So I do sincerely think that when he said in the press conference that it's going to take 2 or 3 transfer windows to get the players that he wants. And the players that he wants, he knows he's got 15, 20 years of experience with the best clubs in the world.
It doesn't matter about that. It's when that we want it. Now or later.
Well,
That's the only problem I have with
This
that.
is going to be the most Wolff out thing that I say, because I think you're right.
I mean,
it's going to be
when.
It's going to be, I think.
That's the only question. When?
I think it is going to be at least a rebuild that takes multiple transfer windows.
At least 2.
And when you're rebuilding like that, you might lose some games. And having a coach that's already this unpopular as the figurehead of this rebuild, I don't think that's going to work with this fan base. So I think you need. I do to a degree.
And that doesn't mean you're going to wait 2 years for you.
Hey, we need to have Alvarez playing with being our new coach.
Alvarez would
He
be
can be our great
choice.
coach right now.
But
That's it.
We know
Have
that.
it for the next few games. Why waste our time with what we know how it is bad? Don't repeat yourself. We need to not reinvent the wheel. We cannot reinvent the wheel. The wheel is there. You need an experienced coach.
Get on Wikipedia. What was his winning percentage? What was Alvarez?
30.
What was his winning
No,
percentage?
Wolff. 36.
Okay, what was Alvarez's winning percentage?
36.
Look up Alvarez's winning percentage.
Alvarez is winning.
Get on Wikipedia.
I don't want. No, I don't want to. You should. I don't want to waste my time on that. I mean, just tell me.
But you're saying that should be the coach. What's his winning percentage?
I don't know. If you know
He
it better.
just got fired. He wasn't doing that well. They were worse than Austin FC.
I'm not going to
Why
say
would bring
anything.
him in?
The numbers are the numbers. 36%.
Okay.
And I think Alvarez knows to play Austin. He told everybody how to play Austin. He knew exactly how Austin played, and he did exactly that like that without being even the coach with Portland. So if he can do it, like even all the players remember it. I mean,
honestly,
come on, dude.
Honestly,
in the 70th. Hey, let me tell you this, and I said that last week, and I'm going to repeat myself. When you need to make the decision, which is between the 70th and 75 minute, you need to make the substitution, right? That's when you need to make the substitution. And then Austin is winning that game, right? 3-1 at the 80th 9th minute of the second half of the field. And then how can you explain that all the substitutions were not the rational substitution, because there never been a rational substitution
So
90% of the time.
For the record, David, I think you had Valencia and Pereira each had cramping issues. At least that's what Wolff said in the post-match. Because I agree with you that those subs did not make any sense. Who said that? Wolff said that.
Well, as Valencia. One time we asked the same thing to Drusy, to other players, and they would say there was a lie. They felt well.
That Drusy injury is what.
And then the other, and then Urruti one time. Urruti was cramping, and Urruti said, "No, I was fine."
That's right.
Okay, well, David, I'm going to have to tell you, I stand corrected. Gio Alvarez, despite him recently being fired, has a 42.13 winning
So still a losing record.
Still losing.
It's very good.
But
it's very, I don't know any coach with 36%. 36.2.
That still has a job.
I don't know anybody that still has a job.
That still has
even
a job.
in the MLS doesn't have a second division.
Now,
even in the MLS without a second division,
I guess
it's a record. At least it's a record.
I guess we could talk about this once I think the inevitable happens, and talk about who the next coach is going to be.
Okay.
Quick, when? I need to know when. When it's going to happen. It's not about who it's going to be. When? Because if you want to have a real chance to do something in this playoff, we need to have it now. We don't have time. But if you're going to be a loser, yeah, you can wait.
So you still think Austin FC have a shot at making the postseason?
Yes, of course. We have players. We have like.
Can we get the standings?
We have excellent.
Let's
we
look
have
at the
players.
standings here.
We have players. We have such a good.
I appreciate
Oh my God,
your
we have so
optimism.
many. that you might have a shot at it. That's never acceptable. Never.
That actually, I think, is a good point, David. It's getting a little, galaxy brain trying to come with a way for Austin FC to make the playoffs. I'm not.
No, don't get to that point.
So when you ask when will it happen, I think it is more likely than not to happen at this point. Again, for the reasons that we outlined, it seems kind of untenable, his position at this point with the fan base. I would say it won't happen until the season concludes. So I don't think it'll happen until the offseason. And to be fair, again, I don't think there's like you said, even if by some miracle they win out and make the postseason, I'm not going to anticipate a deep run into the playoffs. So I think for all intents and purposes,
we never did. We said it earlier.
Exactly. So for all intents and purposes, 2023 is over.
Is over.
So it's about looking ahead to 2024.
But if I was the boss, I would make the change right now because we will have a chance right now.
I have a name I want to throw out there to you guys because I think if you're gonna fire Wolff, I don't think it helps to bring in a guy who just lost his job at another MLS team.
Alvarez would be good for me.
Okay, I think people may not be as into that hiring as you would be because I think you look at his track record and 42%, while better than Wolff, is not exactly, it doesn't set the pulse of racing. I don't think.
Not better, way better. When you go about 40% and winning percentage, that's like earthquake difference.
Okay, you need to start doing some articles for Club Deportes stuff. Yeah. You got some numbers there, man. I like it.
When you go over 40%, there's like, shit, you're the good coach.
What's your
even 38? It's like even you go 38%, you're a good coach. You can be dependent.
So Wolff's not far off.
No, it's not far out.
Okay,
but it's never been there.
What's your winning percentage?
I've been 60%.
60? Oh, well, they got to hire you then.
Yeah.
Coach Alvarez. Let's do it.
I even have my name on it.
Okay. Now, I was thinking.
Hey, I'm available. I would do it.
Who would have thought?
I would do it.
Who would have thought?
I'm not even going to charge. I would do it just for free.
Do it for free.
I'll do it just for free.
Wow. Yeah. Well, hey, Precor, he'd like to save a buck or two, so he might give you a call.
Hey,
he might give you a call.
Yes, you look at my record. Just look at my numbers.
60%. That's impressive.
If you look at my record, it's over there in UIL.
Start working on your resume, man, and send it over.
Every team, LBJ,
do you have
Lhasa,
do you have your FIFA coaching?
Eastside Memorial.
How's your FIFA coaching?
Austin.
The School of Hard Knocks.
Austin, Eastside Memorial, International High School. International High School, I did the girls and the boys. So I look at that record at International High School with girls and boys. So
you're making a strong case. You're making a strong case. But now I got another name. I want to get you guys' thoughts.
I may play off too with Lhasa.
And I'm gonna ask you, David, since you got the Man City jersey on right there. I was thinking Burrell. He's got experience at Man City. We all know that. So I was like, who could he have in his contacts that is a coach that might be of interest? And a name popped in my head.
Who?
He's coaching in the Premier League this very season, and it's not going well. But he has a connection to Manchester City, and he had an outstanding season in the Championship, second division of England last year. That name is Vincent Kompany.
Vincent Kompany.
Think about it. All right, so he's in the Championship last season with Burnley. Does outstanding. They break all kinds of records, play an outstanding football. They get promoted. They don't actually invest a ton of money, so you basically have a championship side trying to go up against teams on Premier League budgets, and it's not going well. They are probably going to get relegated this season. And what's Kompany going to do? Is he going to go just yo-yo up and down between the Championship and the Premier League for multiple seasons, or does perhaps he decide, you know what? Why don't I go hang out with my buddy? There it is, right there. Look at that.
Vincent Kompany.
Me and my assistant right there. Coach McCoy and his assistant, Coach Alvarez. Should be the other way around. Should be the other way.
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
You don't think?
We need an Argentinian coach. Okay,
coach. Do you have a name, David?
Well, I have many names, but
name one name.
I would say Sampaoli is about to get fired from Fluminense, from Flamengo. It's about to be fired from Flamengo. So think about it. You got one more game to go. Last game, he lost with Flamengo, and he already won Copa America. He has a European experience. I love Sampaoli. I think that's a good name.
He's an intense.
Think about the future.
That could go really well. That could go really, really poorly. Much as I love Sampaoli, I don't know if that would be the right hire.
Pellegrini. Okay, let's say Pellegrini is not doing. I mean, that good.
You might be. That's a possibility. That is a possibility.
I don't know. Think about who's gonna. What about Pochettino? Pochettino's gonna lose the job right now, and it may be
Chelsea,
a great option. I think he's gonna lose the job pretty quick, and Pochettino will be a perfect tie for MLS.
Who do we got here? Who is this? I don't know this guy.
That's
Pochettino
ex de la Fuente, I think.
I
think that's La Puente.
That's a deep.
Oh,
cut reference there. Don't know that.
Es el argentino.
Es argentino.
Es argentino, el bigotón.
I forgot his name.
¿Cómo se llama?
I forgot his name.
Se me olvidó, pero es La Volpe.
La Volpe.
Sí.
Okay.
No, I never liked the dude. I never liked
So
him.
you would not want him.
No.
Okay. But yeah, Pellegrini is an interesting shout. That would be another name. I would prefer him over Sampaoli. I think Sampaoli's an intense guy. I think you might want a steady hand. And so yeah, Pellegrini actually is a really good shout. But Company, I think, is interesting because I think he's
been losing too many games lately.
Again, he's on a championship budget trying to perform in the Premier League. You look at what he did in the championship.
He's been losing, dude. No, I don't like the guy.
Okay.
I don't like him.
Okay, I think Company would be a pretty interesting
No, he has been
hire.
losing lately too much. No, we don't need him.
You gotta look at the roster sometimes, David. That's maybe your problem. You don't
record.
Look at the roster.
I need the record. I need how many games you win. You have above 40% percentage winning percent. Okay, I hire you.
So you're saying that a $300 salary team versus a $2 million salary team, they should compete the same way, and they should have no problem.
No, I don't say that. I think
that's what he's saying.
The only thing I'm
saying.
Well, the only thing I'm trying to say, if you have any professional team, you need to have an experienced coach.
Well, let's take.
But you have a professional team, you have to have the money for it. And companies.
He's on no budget.
No. Okay. You're thinking about the future. Okay, I'm sorry.
He doesn't have the money for it.
Okay. You guys
look at his record in the championship last
year.
He was really good.
Guys, I'm 100%. Anything like that, any professional guy, would do it. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be too picky, man. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Apology accepted, David. Apology accepted. Okay.
I'm trying to be picky, but you guys are right. Yeah, anything like that would do it. Yeah.
Well, okay. I think two names. You said Pellegrini, and I actually like that as a shout. And then Company, I think those are two names that I think would be interesting. And so and I would take both of those over Alvarez.
I'd like to throw a name.
What do you think?
I'd like to throw a name out there. He's coached many teams in Liga MX. Tigres and Monterrey and other places. Antonio Mohamed. He's coached in various teams in Liga MX. He's had success.
He's Argentinian.
So don't let the name throw you off, because he is from Argentina.
Okay.
I would like to see someone like him. Not exactly because
don't get too excited.
No, I'm just laughing at.
Because let's be honest. I mean, you like Antonio, like Borrell said and Precourt said in his, they can throw all the money in the world. I don't know what Borrell's salary is, but it's got to be pretty high.
He wouldn't come over for cheap. You know?
So you have the salary cap, and that's, you have your hands tied with that. But if you can spend the money for a coach that has a winning percentage and knows exactly what to do,
dude. Just do it quick.
just pay him, because you can get a guy like that, and and a good coach will work with any roster in the world, especially if the roster is not that bad. We did talk. There's something that we wanted to talk about that we never got to, is the worth of the different teams in MLS compared to English Premier League.
David and I did have that conversation.
And you did have that conversation, that there's almost 2/3 of English Premier League teams are worth less than an Austin FC. You cannot tell me that you can buy a better roster with that kind of money, with a coach that demands that kind of salary. You can't. That's impossible for me because money talks, and if you're going to invest money in a team, and you can't invest in the salary, might as well invest in the coach.
That is a really, really good point. Because that's not going against the salary cap.
No.
So I think that's.
There's
even though he'll work for free.
There's teams like LAFC and Miami that
believe it or not,
I cannot say anything, right?
And they can get Lionel Messi
questions.
and all these players, and they only have 3 DPs. So I don't know
There's
how they do it
over there.
But there's no reason why we can't do it.
I think that is a really good point because that's where if you want to spend, go big. You went big on the sporting director. Now let's go big on the coach. Go big on the coach. Okay, David,
honestly, that's what I expect. I don't expect to hire a big league type of guy like Burrell. Yeah. And then to hire the high school coach that hires
He'll work for free. If you want to save some money, he'll work for free.
That's going to be a little bit of a letdown.
I'd be excited.
We us three would be excited, but the fan base.
Would you still do Futbol En Vivo if you were also coaching Austin FC?
Of course.
Okay.
We do a coaches show like
coaches
show. And all that. That'd be great.
Easy one. Coaching 1-on-1. How do you play? How you make a substitution in the 80th and the 75th minute. That's the only thing you need to learn as a coach. How you make the subs in the 70th minute.
That's all you need.
I mean,
the bottom line. Yeah. I mean, that's the coaching it's all about.
Important.
Okay. We're running short on time, Davi, and there is something I really wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I wrote this question down, and I was like, I want to ask Davi this. And here we go.
Okay.
I've told you to be quiet for a good chunk. You cannot. I want it from the heart. Answer this from the heart.
Can I use artificial intelligence?
ChatGPT on there.
Because I'm never
very interesting.
Okay.
I'm actually a little curious what ChatGPT would say about this. But okay. We talked earlier. The fan base, man, they're mad right now. It is a hostile, it's kind of unpleasant place to be. I think the Austin FC in the stadium, online, certainly online, it is very, very toxic. The question I want to ask you, David, since you were like the original Wolff out, whether or not you've stayed true to that opinion for 3 years is up for some debate.
You can look it up.
You can look it up.
You can look it up.
You were the first. You were the first one.
Yeah.
And I think we're all kind of in agreement that the team might want to be looking towards moving on this offseason. But
yeah.
Are people perhaps being a little too mean to Josh Wolff right now? Is it getting a little too personal? Some of the anger that's been directed online.
Oh, really? No, I don't get it online like that. I just never see any comments. I always trying to see the news. I was trying to find out where the game was, what it's going to be, how long it's going to be suspended.
That shouldn't take you too long to figure that one.
I don't care about the comments. Like, it's so awful, some of the media, to see, people just hate each other. Okay, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I don't want to see that. I just want to see
you're right.
what is the weather. How long is going to be the delay? I don't want to see I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Okay, no. I agree with you. But the fact that all that's going on, do you think it's a bit much? Do you think people are... I saw some stuff online today that was like, my God.
I was pissed off because I was trying to watch how long it's going to be the delay, and people were talking shit to each other. I was like, what the heck?
Okay.
I don't want to hear that. Just tell me how long it's going to take. Who is looking at the radar? That's the only thing I care.
I agree 100% with you, David.
Okay.
So you think it has gotten to be a bit too...
You cannot go to any social media. You got to do it your own self. You look it up. Don't look at media because you waste your time. The people is like talking shit to each other when I want to know about the weather.
Hey, Jesus. I agree. I saw people today saying that if you see Josh Wolff at HEB, you need to tell him get out of town.
No, it's not your job.
I saw the same tweet.
We don't need to. I mean, this is a polite town. You are in Austin, Texas, or Austin, Texas, como dicen otros. And people need to be very polite and diplomat and say, hey, you have done a great job. You work for us. You have done it. I mean, you have to stay with us for so long and take care of our team. And I mean, thank you, and I wish you the best luck in the next endeavors that you have in football. You might be even a commentator. I think maybe it's a He should be or join us in Futbol En Vivo.
Hey, I would a chair right there,
anywhere,
or maybe right there,
anywhere
next to you,
I would give up my seat.
Some people have different abilities, and they never know about it.
Based on his press conferences, I don't know if broadcasting is in his future, but that is a nice. I think that's a nice thought, David. Nice sentiment. Jorge, do you have any thoughts? Do you think it's gotten a bit extreme? The vitriol directed at Josh Wolff?
Yes, I think so. They brought up, excuse me, the HEB tweet.
Yeah, that was way out of line. That was way out of line.
That's disrespectful.
I think it was just a coincidence that we saw the same tweet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can imagine.
But yeah, I mean,
maybe that was meant to be sarcastic, and I'm missing the joke.
But in today's world, I kind of agree with David. It's just so angry.
No,
I think we're all agreement there.
This is football after all. Come on, dude. I mean, this is just football. That's all it is.
If the guy's not,
don't make it personal. Don't take it personally.
If people don't think he's any good, fine.
But maybe those people never play football.
All this kind of stuff. Sure,
those people never play football. Likely, so many of the fans that support Wolff today, they never play football, or they didn't even watch football before. And many of them, they did. They watch and they play football, and they're still Wolff supporter till today. And that's the problem. That's the only problem that this team has. Otherwise, we will be okay.
I don't see a ton of Wolff Inn is a very quiet crowd these days.
But I talked to many of the people that they belong to the team from the beginning, and there's so much into being Wolff Inn.
Really?
Who you have to name names, but like
no, I don't want to. No, I would never say that. I would never say that.
But who exactly? Give me
Jorge Turralde, for example. He was Jorge Turralde. He's
always been Wolff.
Always been in.
He's always been Wolff.
I would say Jorge Turralde.
Yeah,
interesting. I didn't know that about him.
I mean, it's just. Josh Wolff expresses such joy.
I don't know if Wolff knows about it, but
he's just so happy.
A couple of buddies, couple of friends talking after the game. You can really get that vibe. Yeah, really get that vibe from him.
He's like the Kirk Bowles too.
Exactly.
It's true.
Anyway,
well, I think we are reaching the end of this very lively discussion. I was going to ask, do you have any final thoughts?
I do want to talk about the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Okay, that was. I thought that was a joke, but you do. Did you Google? You said you were Googling.
I am 100% shipping those two because I think they're great. I think they're great for each other's company.
It's a good example.
They all have their own money. They have their own worlds. Taylor Swift isn't dating any sniveling little English guys anymore.
Yes.
He's taller than her. It's great.
Okay. We get a little entertainment tonight segment here on Futbol En Vivo. I like it. David, what are your thoughts on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce? That's his name, right? Travis Kelce romance.
What color is that dude?
Whoa. That took a...
I have no idea who Travis County is. I have no idea.
Travis Kelce, not Travis County. You live in Travis County.
What team did he play for?
He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
There you go.
Of the National Football League.
What team is it?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City.
And she was born in Pennsylvania, so she's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Oh, interesting.
Of which her brother plays. Oh. So there's a little bit of
Taylor Swift's
dynamic
brother
there.
Plays on the Eagles?
Jason Kelce's.
Oh, his brother does. Okay.
Jason Kelce is his name.
Hey, the only thing I can't.
A little bit of.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm jealous about him. I don't know that dude.
Do you like Taylor Swift, Danny?
Yeah, she's my love. I think I write letters to her every night. Yeah, I do.
So you have your little.
You want to see my letter?
I would actually. I would like to see
you. I love. She looks like a great dancer too.
She does.
You should invite her.
I saw her the other day dancing at the Shakira MTV Awards.
Oh yeah, and she loves every artist.
See that?
She's
going crazy for Shakira.
Okay.
And I can do whatever Shakira does.
I even saw her jamming to.
I have a shot with.
I even saw her jamming to Peso Pluma. So that's
that's Peso
like
Pluma. Hey,
Love Mexico. She played Mexico City. Everybody loved her.
But
even with the pirated
she has such a
merchandise
great
and stuff, but
personality.
she's just a great
and she plays anything. She plays all kind of music, country. She began with country.
She started
and
with
then
country.
expanded it, you know, all over the
Well,
world.
I had no idea you were such a fan, David.
I am a big fan
I'm
of
glad
that.
I brought it up.
I'm glad you did too.
I think she's
Ended
one of the
on a
most-
light note.
I've been in love with her, you know, for a long time.
Okay.
I mean,
well, that's.
Did
Did your wife watch the show?
Don't want to tell you what. No,
Okay. Well, your secret's safe with us here, David.
Well, Shania Twain used to be my.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
you
was.
got a thing for the
She had
pop
her,
country.
She had her
I like
time.
the country. I
Back
like the
in the
country
day,
girls,
she was.
man. I like
She was
the-
all right.
My wife is a country girl too, you know.
No.
That's kind of my style.
Okay. Well, I have to say, I did not expect this detour we have just taken. Was not expecting to be getting this into the Taylor Swift and Shania Twain. Did not think that was going to be what we were talking about. Hey, it's the end of the season.
Yeah.
None of us got a lot of
It's movie
sleep.
time, man.
Let's get crazy. But hey,
We don't have anything to look forward to.
exactly. So might as well talk
patient.
to
Be
us.
patient. Be patient.
Well, other things we have to look forward to, but that's
Let's be patient.
neither here nor there.
Okay. Excellent stuff there, Dobby. All right. It's been fun, you guys.
Hey,
Thank
but the
you.
Longhorns are always doing.
Dog
really
Longhorns
good.
are doing good. So
Yeah,
there's
there's
that.
one winner
Yeah.
in town. But thank-
Coming. Third, second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to our audience. Thank you, as always, to Club Deportes.
Man
Thank
City.
you to Gio behind the boards. Not thank you to Manchester City. Higher than winning.
Man City for the treble.
I'm sure. Okay. We're going to do this again next week. Who knows? Colorado, hopefully we get a win. Who knows?